Gardens are funny things. Some years, tried and true vegetables will die or produce poorly. Other years, you will have so much produce that you're a bit afraid your friends and family will dodge your calls and texts and avoid visiting. This year has been that way with cucumbers for us. I'm Marcy McDonald with Pacific Northwest Suburban Homesteading. I'll be trying my second fermented pickle recipe to use some of my cucumbery goodness. I'll be using both pickling cucumbers and ones developed especially for eating. I, of course, have many more eating ones than pickling ones because I want to pickle. Fortunately, I haven't really found it to matter all that much. I'm going to give a spicy cucumber pickles recipe from my fermenting book a whirl. Links to the video on making garlic dill pickles, my first video, and the Oregon State University Extension Service are in the description below. The specific book I use appears to be out of print now, but there are lots of great books on fermentation available at libraries and bookstores, or you can look for a used copy. The first step is to give your cucumbers a good scrubbing. Yes, fermentation utilizes microorganisms from the environment to preserve and add a nice tartness to your vegetables, but even in an organic garden, there are nasty things that should be removed. I don't know about you, but I left my dirt eating days back in my toddler stage. Seriously though, Salmonella and E. coli are dangerous, and it is possible that improperly washed produce can cause illness. Let's not take the chance. I use a 2-basket method that helps me keep track of which have already been washed, and it easily allows me to sort out any that need extra attention or by type. Get a good vegetable brush to help remove debris without damaging your produce. You can use the basket method or not. A 2-part sink works really well, or just experiment. See what you can find that works well for you. Once your cucumbers are washed, ice them to crisp them up. You can also put them in water and refrigerate them to achieve the same thing. Just depends on how much time you have and how you want to do it. It is easier to slice them if they are chilled. You don't have to chill them, it just makes it easier for nice clean slicing. While the cucumbers are on ice, let's talk fermentation equipment. I have a fancy setup for fermenting small batches of vegetables thanks to a dear friend's gift. I love it because it is a safe method. It easily keeps dust and debris out, which is a very real concern when you have 3 cats like we do. No amount of vacuuming and sweeping will completely keep floaty cat hair from drifting around your home. Believe me, I've tried. Several friends and family are allergic, and I'm concerned for their well-being when they visit. Also, fermentation releases gases, which need to vent off, and this works well for that. My set contains glass weights, lids that fit a standard wide mouth canning jar, and an airlock system. The airlock is available from brewing supply stores. The weights and airlocks are readily found online. There are different kinds of airlocks, but you really don't need anything even remotely as elaborate as this. A small mouth canning lid and a zip top bag filled with salt water will do the same thing. 30 minutes have passed, so let's cut our cucumbers. I try to keep the slices as even as possible so that everything ferments the same. Thinner pieces can become soft and less crunchy than the thicker ones. I use a knife, but any method will do, including food processors with slicing blades or mandolins. I've already measured out the spices and cut the onions that this recipe requires. Layer the cucumbers and onions in your jar, packing tightly. Everything's been cleaned before I started, so anything I drop or whatever should still be safe. Try to be very careful about kitchen hygiene. Getting pretty much near as many slices as I can smush in here. We don't want them too tightly packed because we do have to get the rest of this stuff in here. Next, we add the salt water and seasonings. The proportions of salt to water are critical for safe pickle making. Follow your recipe carefully, including the kind of salt. It's important. Scoop our garlic in there, our peppercorns, little dill seed, or that's not dill seed, that's celery seed, mustard seed, and red pepper flakes, and 1 tablespoon of ginger. This ginger is pre-prepared in a tube from the grocery store, but fresh ginger you grate yourself is excellent. We just happened to have this already in the fridge and did not have a fresh ginger rhizome available. Stir it all together, and now we pour it into our jar. Make sure we get all the garlic and other solids in there. Get bubbles out. Just want to make sure we get brine in there nice, and right in all the little crevices. It was at this point I realized mistakes had been made. I had too much for just 1 jar, especially if I planned to use my airlock system and weights. At first I tried to take some of the brine out. This is supposed to make 1 jar, but it was too much and I had too much liquid in there, so I was ladling it out. So I solved the problem by splitting the cucumbers between 2 jars and putting the seasoning mix in the brine, splitting it between the 2 and putting a little extra brine in there to make sure everything is well submerged. These weights take up a lot of space, so it was never all going to fit into 1 jar. So I learned a lesson, and I'm sharing with you how you can turn a mistake around, because this should be just fine. There's a lot of give in canning and stuff. As long as you keep things clean, keep things safe, there's a lot of wiggle room. You know, people didn't find all this stuff in 1 day. We experiment until we find what works. So since I didn't actually show assembling these on camera, I'll show you basically how it all works. And so what you do is you put that inside of the special lids that have the little rubber, well, silicone seal there, and then you'll fill it with water, and then you put this on top, and so that'll float a little bit. You can see in these. So you put your stuff in the jar, you put the glass weight on top of it, and then you screw the lid on nice and tight. You add water. So what this does, and then you just put the seal, put the lid on top. The water and plastic parts form essentially a one-way valve. The gases produced by fermentation can escape, but nothing can get inside. This allows for safe venting and prevents contamination. After I recorded this, I put the jars on a counter in an out-of-the-way space and waited for about a week. I replaced the airlock system and lid at that time and refrigerated the newly finished pickles. Thanks for watching. Until next time, be curious, keep an open mind, and never stop learning.